All right, folks, Truth Teller here. What a win for the Noles over the Canes. Once again, they flirt with disaster, but they find a way. They come from behind. They win a ball game, which we both know was seriously in doubt. And that's really the story of the 2014 Florida State Seminole football team. They're not where they were a year ago, but they find a way. They get it done. Really admired Jimbo Fisher immediately after the game, the way he handled things with his team, telling them how much he loved them, telling them how much they had the heart of a champion. But the key to me was the fact that he pointed out, sooner or later, if you don't correct things and start better out of the gate, you're going to get caught. And sooner or later, you're going to lose a ball game. And I think that's fair. I think for everyone out there listening, that's something that we understand, okay? Whether it's BC this weekend, whether it's the Gators next week, whether it's Tech or Duke in the championship game. Of course, when you get to the Final Four this year, you're going to be playing quality football teams. They've got to find a way to start better. Very disappointed with their performance in the first quarter. The defense, no 3 and outs. They had that strip early with Jalen Ramsey, which just a monster game. I mean, filling in the shoes of LaMarcus Joyner is a difficult job for anyone. But Ramsey finally stepped up and took it to the next level. And we remember the interception late in the game, but that strip fumble, a couple of, quarterback hits, not necessarily sacks, deflected passes, breaking up passes. I mean, he did it all, and that was good. So can Florida State start fast? Can they this week against Boston College? My best guess would probably be no. It's an enigma. It's something that none of us could figure out or can figure out. Why does this football team take 30 minutes to gel and then flip that switch and come on out and play better in the second half? I don't have an answer for you. Better yet, I don't think you have an answer for me. By the way, our vlog each and every week is brought to you by my good friend. Thanks for that parking pass, Russ. I'm going to need that in a week against the Florida Gators. I'm talking about Russ Voris. He is with State Farm Agency. Let me give you Russ's number. 276-9535. Ladies. He is a stud, and it's an honor to call Russ a good friend of mine. I'm on the radio each and every day from 4 to 7. Make that 3 to 7. We've bumped it up an hour because we're so damn popular. We're now 3 to 7. And Florida State has been a discussion that's come up week after week after week, day after day after day. I know a lot of you people are upset as well about the newest playoff committee and the rankings, and you can't figure out what game control means. You know what? I've been telling you since week 1. It's all about ignoring and smiling, or smiling and ignoring. You can't control what they think. Bottom line, if FSU wins all their games, they're going. Are they going to make it to New Orleans? It doesn't look that way now. Looks like it's going to be Alabama. Still, you go back to the Rose Bowl. For those of you who went in January like myself, it's a long trip, but it's a rewarding trip. Just worry about that when it comes. Right now, I'd be more concerned about BC. The one thing that this football team hasn't done, you can make the case for, is taking care of business on a week-to-week basis. The final score says that, but what I mean is coming out and playing some solid football early. And that's what Florida State needs to do. If you want to impress these voters, okay, they'll tell you they do it on a week-to-week basis. Game control means first quarter, first drive, get up, score a touchdown, take the lead, hold the lead. Not trailing by 14, not trailing by 16. So maybe this is the week to do it against Boston College. You look around Ballou Sports Bar, you see Patriots stuff, you see Bruins stuff, you see Red Sox stuff, you see all of that. I'm a Boston guy. I love everything about Boston, okay? Everything. You name it. And I love it. I love chowder. I love it all. Except for Boston College. I'm not a BC guy at all. Okay? When I grew up there, it was during the Flutie years. When I grew up there, Boston College was on page 5 or 6 of the Boston Globe. I am nervous, however, about this football game. If there was ever such thing as a trap game, it's against BC. After the emotional come-from-behind win against Miami, you and I both know next week, Florida, they fire their coach. They're going to roll in there with nothing to lose. I'm going to pick Florida State next week, but it's still a dangerous game against the University of Florida. This matchup now against Boston College is one where you better look out because they're going to be ready to go. They're a mammoth offensive line. They're a very good running football team. Okay, they can't pass at all. They only average about 135 yards a game. It's one of the worst passing offenses in all of college football. But Tyler Murphy is a guy who played at Florida a year ago. Steve Adazio is the coach, who obviously spent a couple of years in Gainesville. They're extremely familiar with Florida State. And again, they got nothing to lose. So I wonder about the mentality of a young 18 to 22-year-old. And now on top of it, as we're taping here this Thursday afternoon, the horrific story that came down early this morning, okay, at the Strozier Library, where 3 innocent Florida State students were shot. Obviously, the suspect was gunned down by campus police. We've made light and talked about the week-to-week distractions that this football team has had to deal with, okay? For the most part, they've been petty. They've been foolish. Well, this is a serious one. And this is one that you don't know how it will affect the entire student body. You know how it will affect the Florida State football team. So once again, in a much more serious situation, this is something to keep an eye on. By the way, you know, as far as I'm concerned, we all make mistakes, okay? Whether it's on Twitter, social media, heck, I talk 3-4 hours a day. Mistakes are something that we all make. Can't believe the blame Jameis after the event. I can't believe the moron young lady with ESPNU, the Alabama fan, who said that the gunman was heading towards Jameis. Extremely disappointed once again in that liberal trash. The New York Times reporting the story, then finding it, proper to tell about the problems and the protecting of the Florida State athletes. It just doesn't make any sense. We're talking about someone's daughter here, someone's son. Awful, the reporting and some of the comments that have been made after this tragedy that took place late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. My name is Rick Ballou. I'm on the radio each and every day from 3 until 7. Florida State has won 26 football games in a row. 5 is the number. It begins with BC. You get that done, you got 4 left. Florida State continues to get better. They're not where they were 1 year ago. That's okay. They've done enough to maintain. They've done enough to win. Don't bat your eye with the Eagles. BC is going to roll in there this weekend, and that's going to be a ball game that Florida State better be ready for because BC is extremely physical. Here's what I want. I want them to start early, put up some points, and I want them to rest. Jameis Winston is not himself. He's got a bad ankle. This is a ball game where you need him out of there by the third quarter. Okay? Get him some rest. Get him ready for Florida. And we'll see what happens in the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship game. For those of you who watch this tonight, Duke plays North Carolina. You better be pulling for Duke. Duke tonight, Duke next week against Wake Forest. Florida State matches up much better against Duke than they do against this triple option offense of Georgia Tech. So that's something that all Florida State fans should take into consideration tonight as well. I want to see more with this offense. I don't know what's gone on with him and Green the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's tough to criticize the best pass wide receiver combination arguably in the history of Florida State, but it seems like they've been on the right page the last couple of weeks. And for the first time ever, Rashad Green to me has looked a little bit frustrated. Boy, I love what I saw with Kermit last week. That makes me feel a lot better. Dalvin Cook, what a tough man he is, young man, to battle back from the injury and put that game away. What about Roderick Johnson as a true freshman, moving over to left tackle, Cam Irving to center? Is it me, or was that the best offensive line play of the season, and giving Jameis Winston finally an opportunity to settle into the pocket and look for his receivers downfield? Defensively, got to get better. Again, no 3 and outs. They just allow way too much offense. They just allow too many plays. That time of possession was like 21-9, I think, in the first half. They're lucky that they're able to stay in football games with the amount of plays that they are playing right now on the defensive side. Hope this week against BC we're able to build some more depth, get some of the starters, put them on the bench to get them ready for the Florida Gators coming a week from Saturday. My name is Rick Ballou. I am a Knoll. I am an old graduate. I'm on the radio each and every day from 4 to 7. You can tweet me your opinion on this. Make that 3 to 7, excuse me. You can tweet me each and every day as well. Ballou, Ballou, at 1010xl.com. The vlog live from Ballou Sports Bar is brought to you by my buddy State Farm insurance agent Russ Voris, and his number is 276-9535. 26 in a row, the Knowles in BC. Let's make it 27.